Alright boys, we're going to keep the player reviews rolling, and I am going to try to do a player review for each of the 3 players from the Icon player pick. Up next on the list, man, is Icon Lahm. Icon Lahm is an 89 rated card. He has the explosive acceleration type, right-footed with 3-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot. Now so far boys, we've already done a player review for David Beckham, and I will say boys, David Beckham, although he is the cheapest player out of the 3, man, he's actually a very solid midfielder. And I feel like with Icon Lahm, we are going to have a similar vibe, man, because I feel like he's a little bit of an underrated icon. Now he can play the right back, left back, and center defensive mid positions, and looking at his in-game stats in a bit more detail, I mean, he is pretty well-rounded. It's just his shooting and physicality that are a little bit lower. The 86 defending is obviously going to be the standout stat for the card, and whether you play him at the right back position or as a center defensive midman, I feel like he's going to be very good at breaking up the play, especially with the intercept playstyle plus. I mean, with the Shadow Chem style, boys, he does get 92 interceptions, 93 defensive awareness, and then also 87 stand tackle. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about with Lahm when it comes to like his defensive game is the fact that he does have a very small build. He does kind of remind me of maybe like an Alex Scott, Bompastor, maybe like Ona type of player. So it's going to be really interesting to test out just how good he is defensively. But the one thing that's also going to add a lot to his game, boys, is the fact that the technical side to his game is really good. He does have 83 passing and then also 83 dribbling. So he's definitely capable of being used as like a center defensive mid. Now with the way that the card is set up, because his physicality is a little bit lower, if you are worried about that, you can obviously give him the anchored chem style to improve on that a little bit more. But if you do just want to get the most out of like his pace and then also his defending, the Shadow is another really good option. The Shadow does give him 91 acceleration and then also 89 sprint speed, so he should be like a very quick and a very responsive player. Now in terms of playstyles, boys, he does have 6 different playstyles. The intercept playstyle plus, which is honestly one of the best playstyle pluses to have. And then he does also have long ball pass, whip pass, anticipate slide tackle, and press proven. So I feel like for the most part, he does have a pretty solid setup. Like the anticipate playstyle is really nice. Long ball pass is a little bit underrated. Press proven, if you do use him as a center defensive mid, is going to be pretty good as well. And then slide tackle and whip pass, not too effective. It would have been really nice if he had maybe like a few more physical playstyles or maybe like an extra defensive playstyle just to add a little bit more to his defensive game. But for the most part, he does have a pretty solid setup. So with the player roles that he does have and with the way that the card is set up, boys, I mean, he does have 2 player role pluses as a false back at both the right back and left back positions, which I mean is a player role that not too many people use. It's very similar to David Beckham. Like David Beckham does have a very solid card, but his player roles aren't ideal. I mean, you can use him as a holding midfielder. That is a player role plus. That might actually be your best bet, boys. Because he is so well-rounded and he can also play the CDM position, I feel like it's only right to test him out at both the right back and CDM positions just to get like a really good feel of the card. So yeah, man, it's going to be really interesting to compare him with David Beckham and then also Schmeichel and see whether or not this is actually the best option. If you guys do enjoy these FC26 player reviews and you want to see more videos like this on the channel, definitely let me know by leaving a like. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers, so if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as it would be greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Alright boys, here we are jumping into game number 1 using Icon Lahm. Now in game number 1, we're going to go ahead and test him out at the right back position. With the intercept playstyle plus and like with his smaller build, he should be a very responsive player. But we are also going to try to get him a little bit further forward, so we're going to kind of like pick and choose when to attack with him. As you guys know, with the Shadow Chem style, he does have some really nice defensive stats, and he does also have the intercept playstyle plus, which is honestly one of the best playstyle pluses to have. So hopefully for like 290,000 coins, he is a pretty good option. But yeah, man, let's see him get off to a good start in game number 1. For the vibes, let's go ahead and signal him to make that run and just try to get him a little bit further forward right here. Icon Lahm, we do have Cavani making that run. It's a decent ball, boys. I feel like technically he's actually going to be pretty good as well. You just got to be careful because if you do use him a little bit more like an overlapping fullback, or if you do send him on a run, you kind of have to like finish the play, or you're just going to have a lot of space open at the back. Now, a little bit of manual defending right here, boys. This guy did have a corner. That's why he's on the left-hand side. I'm actually going to track back right here. Do a little bit of second man press, get back into position. That's a great cover, boys. That is very good cover. I am just a little bit worried about like his physicality, boys, but I feel like it might not be that big of a problem. That was actually pretty promising right there. Now, this is where we need a little bit of recovery speed, boys. With the Shadow Chem style, he should be very quick. And yeah, man, even without the jockey playstyle, like the sprint jockey defending is really good with the card. Again, this guy is quite aggressive with the way that he plays. He does have Freddie Ljungberg for like a little directional nutmeg right there. It's a good tackle. Now, like I said, boys, we are going to pick and choose when to attack with him. So let's go ahead and signal him to make that run. Play it through. Nice, Icon Lahm. Just having that extra body forward can like give your opponent something to think about. Icon Lahm, look at the recovery speed, boys. Intercept playstyle plus is huge for the card, especially if you do run him as a CDM. Icon Lahm, a little bit of recovery speed. That's insane, boys. The Shadow Chem style is working really well with the card. Like, that extra pace and defending does go a long way. Park Ji-sung. Now, we do have a bit of an overload down the right. I kind of want to ping it to Cavani, but we'll just play down the line. Philip Lahm, boys. That's a good run. He does have, like, decent attacking positioning. We'll go ahead and drop it back. Low driven. Ooh, it's off at the post, boys. But that's exactly what he brings to your team. If you do want to try to get him, like, a little bit further forward. Oh, there goes that space, boys. The positioning right there should have been a little bit better. We do get away with it, but keep in mind, man, if you do signal him to make that run, you are going to leave a lot of space in behind. Park Ji-sung, nice. Now, the stamina is very low now, boys, but we've made so many runs with him. Over top. I think we're onside. Philip Lahm, good touch. Play it through. Great ball into Cavani, man. His passing has honestly been really good, boys. He can create a lot down the right. Philip Lahm again, that's a good tackle. Been very consistent in the tackle with Anticipate. All right, boys, straight into game number 2 we go, and so far, so good. Now, we changed up the formation a little bit, and we're playing him as a CDM now. I feel like as a fullback, man, he can most definitely get the job done. Like, the manual defending was really nice. He was very good at breaking up the play. But as a center defensive mid, man, he might actually be a little bit more effective just because, like, the intercept playstyle plus for a CDM is more important. Now, this guy has already ran to the corner and looked for a cutback, boys. But with the intercept playstyle plus, man, he's going to be so good at breaking up the play. Philip Lahm, I'm going to try to go over the top. Does have long ball pass. It's not a bad ball. I feel like we just needed a little bit more power behind it. But that's kind of like what you're going to get with him as a CDM. Philip Lahm, let's just carry the ball forward a little bit right here. See if he'll step with one of his midfielders. There we go. Chedicki, reverse it back. What a ball, man. What a ball from Chedicki. Philip Lahm. It's a great finish, boys. He doesn't have the greatest of shooting stats, but if you do find yourself in situations where you are a little bit further forward with him, he's going to be able to score a couple goals. All right, man. Let's see if we can maybe try to overload the right-hand side a little bit. I don't want Araujo making the run. I want Lahm to make that run. Through the middle. Nice. A little bit of patient build-up. We did track back with Florian Wirtz right there. Pogba making the run. Go ahead and play it to him, boys. That's a great ball again. Benzema just can't get to it, man. Just can't get to it. That's a little bit unlucky. Sergio Busquets. Mendy is making that overlapping run over the top. What a ball, boys. What a ball. Even for, like, from a deeper position, you're able to create a lot with him. Did track back right there with, what's his name? Lamine Yamal. It's a great finish, boys. Great finish. One ball over the top. You look for a cutback, and you can find the back of the net. His range of passing has honestly been pretty impressive. Like, the regular through balls have been really accurate. The long range passing has been really accurate as well. Araujo, nice. Philip Lahm. Just play it a little bit more quickly right here. Great football. Philip Lahm on the overlapping run. We're going to go ahead and play to it. R3 touch. Ooh, we don't have the pace, boys. We don't have the pace right there. Maybe the R3 touch was the wrong thing to do, though. Philip Lahm, manual defending. Not bad. And we do get the interception, boys. Unlucky not to get possession, though. That's maybe happened like 2 or 3 times where he does get a touch on the ball, but he doesn't actually get possession. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. Lahm, let's just apply a little bit. This guy did actually bring on Bernardo Silva for Lamine Yamal. That's a good interception right there. Trying to bait him to go for that cutback. There it is, boys. There it is. Philip Lahm, good interception. And now we can spring into a counter attack. Gonna go outside the foot, precision through ball. Nice. I just got to carry the ball forward, boys. Do we have the pace? Philip Lahm. Bit of a tight angle. He's going to catch up, boys. I should have probably released the ball a little bit sooner. I think we might just be offside. We delayed the pass a little bit too long. Now we're onside, boys. We're good. Philip Lahm, carry the ball forward. I might try to get him in behind, boys. Test out the finishing a little bit more. Go for a shot. What a finish, man. I thought he was going to move his goalkeeper right there, but he just rushed out with him. It's a pretty good finish. Yeah, that's great, boys. I mean, he is so annoying to play against. He's one of those players that are very difficult to, like, get around. And then if you do get around him, he's probably going to come back and, like, intercept the ball. Philip Lahm, heel to heel. Nice. R3 touch. Chip shot. He got the tackle somehow right there. Lucky rebound. Oh, Courtois with the good save. That's unlucky. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is us using Lahm in a few games of division rivals. And I will say, boys, if I had to compare him with David Beckham, I feel like Lahm has a little bit more of like an OP feel to him in game, especially with the intercept playstyle plus. Now, as you guys know, we did play him at both the right back and center defensive mid positions, and I will say defensively, he was very good, man. Very good at breaking up the play and advancing the ball forward, and then also very good in the tackle. I was a little bit worried about like his smaller build and then also like him not having the greatest of strength and aggression, but for the most part, boys, he was actually like pretty good in those like 50-50 duels. He's a little bit of like an annoying player to play against. And from a defensive point of view, I think that is safe to say that he can do everything pretty well. Even without the jockey playstyle, he was still really responsive, especially with the 89 reactions and 91 composure. So he's like a very easy defender to control. Now, I feel like the main question is going to be whether or not he's better suited for like the center defensive mid position or at the right back position. And to be completely honest, boys, I really enjoyed using him as a CDM. I feel like as a CDM, you get the most out of the intercept playstyle plus, especially if someone is trying to play through the middle quite a bit. And then because the technical side to his game is pretty well rounded as well, if you can get him a little bit further forward, he can create a lot of chances. As you guys saw in some of those highlights, he can even score a couple goals, but the passing and dribbling is definitely a lot better than his shooting. If I had to compare him with like a specific type of player as like a CDM, he does kind of give me like an N'Golo Kante type of vibe, you know, intercept play style plus a smaller build, very quick, very responsive. So if you are looking for a midfielder or if you are looking for a fullback, boys, he is still a really good option. Now, as of recording the video, he is going on the market for like 280,000 coins and the cost of the SBC is roughly the same price. So the value is most definitely there. If I had to choose between him and David Beckham, I'm going Philipp Lahm, boys, just because his play style plus is so much better than the dead ball play style plus. And I feel like that versatility where he can also play at the left back position is really important for like building squads. The only real letdowns that I did notice with Lahm is the fact that like his strength and aggression is a little bit lower. He is 3-star, and his player roles could be a little bit better. But other than that, boys, he does have a pretty solid setup. And like I said, boys, I feel like Philipp Lahm every year is a little bit of like an underrated icon. Whenever he gets like a special version with like a specific promo, a lot of people do tend to like pick him up if it's like an SBC. So yeah, man, if you are looking for a new fullback for your starting 11, or if you are looking for a new center defensive mid, I feel like he is a great option to go ahead and choose from the player pick, and I would definitely recommend him. But that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, let me know by leaving a like, comment down below what player you guys would like to see next in another player review. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as we are on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. I've been your boy Booba, and I'll catch you guys in another one very, very soon. Peace.